Anybody ever have a problem where you wake up and you're... I hate it when I just have this issue with my hair. It's so thick and luscious. But I think it's because I went to these Chinese barbers and they thickened it even more than I've... I'm sorry. I'm done. What's up, baby? Oh, you here to terrorize me? Right at the start of the day? Is this what we're doing? Huh? Oh, look. Here's your chair. Come sit here. Come on. Get the f on the chair. Come on. Honey. Ooh. Ooh. Here. Fine, don't. I don't care. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Destiny. I've just begun with 70 milligrams of... Oh my god, he figured out a new way to fuck with me. He goes to my closet, and then he goes to the shelves, and he starts knocking stuff off. But I don't know what he wants. Is that what he's doing right now? Why are you beginning at 70 milligrams? It's literally the highest prescribable dose.
See a lot of people who are homeless. We've got a major issue with homelessness in this country. The solution does seem to build more homes. So I work for homeless shelters on the side, right? See a lot of people who are homeless. We've got a major issue with homelessness in this country. The solution does seem to build more homes. Now, not every homeless person's condition is the same.
That is not the solution to homelessness.
Not every homeless person's condition is the same.
More homes does not solve homelessness. You're wrong.
More affordable housing does.
No.
It doesn't solve all of it, but it does help
totally
people who need help.
No, it doesn't. It's telling them you can't go defecate on the side of the street, clean up, get out of here. I'm going to put you in a prison cell.
So hold on now.
They're homeless by choice.
No, you need to understand this. You need to understand this right now.
There's
not
Section 8 housing for every single
people.
one of them. It's because they either have deep-seated mental issues and they should be in an asylum, or number two, they have drug issues, or number three...
Why do you keep your guns out in the open like that? Because why the fuck would I spend money on cool guns and not show them off? What do you mean?
They're there by choice. It is not a lack of homes why we have homelessness.
So all the people that I know who do work, who are homeless, who are working out of their car, who are working for double the minimum wage and still cannot afford their homes because of debts from the 2008 crisis, all of those good people, you think that they are all mentally ill and not deserving of having homes?
So did they apply for Section 8 housing?
Absolutely. They didn't get it. There's not enough.
There's an abundance of Section 8 housing
Absolutely
in this country.
not in every area.
Where's the abundance of Section 8 housing at? What?
Not here. 100%
I reject the premise. Homelessness is a choice in this country.
I think that you're unclear about the facts in certain areas.
So
I will say that some areas
someone
do
working
have it.
working 2 jobs.
No, not 2 jobs. Twice the minimum wage in Tennessee. Tennessee, the minimum wage is $7.50. They make $14 an hour, 40 hours a week.
Let me play this.
It's not twice the minimum wage, but close enough.
So they have a family?
They have a family.
And their whole family's homeless?
Not the whole family. The kids are with the grandparents.
So I'm going to call
they
BS
can't
on this
afford.
whole thing. Wait a second. So they're earning $14.50 an hour.
$14.50 an hour.
Or $7.50 is the minimum wage, so $15 an hour, right?
Do you know the average rent in the area?
Hold on a second. I'm going to get to there. Hold on. $15 an hour, and they're working like, what, 7-8 hours a day? Right?
Yeah, 40 a week.
Okay, so like $120 a day, right? So they're getting like $600 a week. That's like $2,400 a month. So they could also get food stamps. They could get Medicaid insurance, and they could also get welfare, having their income level under $60,000 a year, of which that would total them $76,000 a year. You're trying to tell me in the greater Knoxville area, $1,000 get Medicaid insurance, and they could also get welfare, having their income level under $60,000 a year, of which that would total them $76,000 a year.
I'm sorry, wait, where did that extra $40,000 come from? What? How did they get up to 70? He's mad because I closed the door. He can't harass me anymore. Listen to his agony. He's so fucking mad. There was so much shit in there for him to knock off the shelves. And now he's realized he's been bested. How mad are you, honey? Be honest. He's seething. He's seething right now. I can. He's sitting there with his 2 paws out and he's looking up and he's like thinking. He's scheming right now, but he can't think of anything because he's a stupid fucking cat, and he's not gifted with opposable thumbs and the advanced human brain that we have. What's up? What's up, loser? Huh? What's up, dumb fuck? Here, come sit on the chair, like I told you in the first place. Just sit up here. Or don't. Oh, no, here, come on. Come on. Yeah. Submit to the chair. Get up here. Honey. There. Are you happy? Sit and be happy. There. Or don't. Okay, I don't care. Do what you want. It's your life. Don't look at me. What?
You're trying to tell me in the greater Knoxville area there's not an apartment that they could put themselves in there.
Feed your cat, dude. What, do you think he doesn't have food? No, of course he does. When he doesn't have food, he runs to his food bowl. Are you gonna? You want to? No, he literally has food. You getting baited? Why are you letting him bait you? Stop.
Their family for $76,000 a year. You know what? They probably have a drug problem, which
Let
is
me
where all that
ask-
money is
let
going.
me ask you
Because I just called
something,
BS on that
Let me-
entire mathematical
Let me ask
equation.
you
It
something.
doesn't
Called
exist.
BS.
Your bill, the Republicans' bill that they're trying to pass, they're trying to cut food stamps. They're trying to cut WIC. So what do you have to say about that? Yeah, if people are living on
Yeah.
a shoestring about it, what are they going to do now that those helping things
Now
are
they're
gone?
gonna
First and
get a
foremost, it
goddamn
should be a
job.
safety net, not a hammock. And yes, we
Oh.
absolutely should means test this. People who are able to work should work, and we should not subsidize.
I was a master distiller for 5 years, 2 different distilleries, been out of it for 2 years, for sure miss it. Currently have a distillery heavily pursuing me. Upon looking up the new owner, there's evidence he's MAGA. What would you do? How much, what, is there that big of a demand for distilled water in the United States? What are you even doing? I don't know why.
People that endlessly leech off of the
I
federal government.
100%
Period.
agree. What I'm saying is that there are people who do work
Mic
and who
drop.
still cannot afford it. So what do you say to those people who they are working? They're working hard.
I
and
just
they
told
still
you.
can't
I just
afford
called
it.
BS on your whole scenario.
He
can get
owns
up
you.
to
No,
Don't
$78,000
He
don't
owns you.
disrespect me
Lil
like that.
Gup.
Why- I'm not calling BS on your scenario.
Because it does not exist in the Knoxville greater area within 30
It
miles.
absolutely does
I'm telling you
exist.
right now, it does not exist.
Are you from here? Because
Well,
I've lived here 3
no,
years.
but I
Why is he fighting back that people making a decent income are struggling to pay their bills? I thought Republicans are saying inflation is so 100%. Because both of these guys are representing the retard ends of the spectrum of homelessness, to where she seems to be implying that if we just boost wages, well, is that really fair, actually? Hell yes. Cliff Explosive. Like, I don't think minimum wage is going to do with, like, homelessness that much in the United States, or at least not the kind of homelessness that she's talking about. But he's on the other end of the spectrum saying that, or I mean, maybe with some homelessness. I guess it depends on what we're talking about. This is like the conversation we had yesterday. But he's on the end that, like, everybody that's homeless is just homeless by choice because they're lazy fucking losers, so. Yeah, she was saying more housing, though. But he's taking, like, the super ultra contrary position of this.
You're not
I
disrespecting
could-
me
I
by
could do
calling
math.
BS on the things that I know.
Okay, for example, I'm telling you right now, it is not true if someone is working 2 jobs at $15 an hour and they're getting every government
15
benefit.
before taxes are taken out.
Again, which is barely anything at $15 an hour, right? You'll pay FICA, which is 8%. Your employer will match it. I'm telling you, this whole like swan song that people are homeless because they're working so hard. It's either A, they're on drugs, B, they have gambling debt,
You're
or
assuming.
C.
Gambling? Okay, we're just pulling out all the stops now. All right.
So some people do.
So-
Some people do. Not everybody, though.
No, but
I'm asking you what you
final
would say
point is
about
this.
the
Final
one
thing, what I
working
will
person.
say is that if that scenario exists, instead of the government taking care of them, local churches should step up and take care of these people if those scenarios exist.
Oh, so from now on, when we see homeless people, we're just going to blame churches? Is that the answer you're giving here? This is retarded.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Let's get some real political commentary up in here. I'm so sorry. I can't help it. This is the one man that I will, but he goes in on me personally so much, so I can laugh. I will laugh. Guys, watch out for those Japanese barbers. They're crazy, okay? They're crazy.
What happened to your hair? It looks thinner. It's because of Japan. I noticed this. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but when I was in Japan, when I got that haircut, they didn't like cut my hair, but they like made it so weird. Like it almost changed the texture of my hair. Like it made my hair straighter almost. Normally I have too much hair.
Am I ignorant, but can't any homeless person get on government assistance? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why. Like, I couldn't give you the specific reason why they don't all just like hop on government assistance. I can say that for my case, because somebody posed this question to me once, and I actually didn't have a good answer, and it kind of mind fucked me. For me, I didn't want to when I was working for, but that I was never like crazy homeless. But I don't know, just the idea of like going on government assistance was like unthinkable to me. I don't know, it was kind of, I don't know if it's like embarrassing or humiliating. I don't know, I just would never do it. It's like, what the fuck? I wonder if there are people who are like on the verge of slipping through the cracks that have that feeling, maybe. And then for people that are in like a really bad spot, like when you're mega homeless, I think that by the time you hit that point, I don't know if there are enough resources in the system to deal with all the problems that those people have effectively. That's my guess.
Like, they textured it so much that they thinned it so much that like
It's not
my
coming
hair
back.
has kind of sat differently since then.
Oh no.
In any case, I don't know what it is, but it hasn't grown back to its normal volume, I think.
A lot of people don't understand that resources are available to them or how to go about navigating the system. Yeah, that can be confusing, for sure.
But it's fine.
And your mom.
I don't really care. It's it's still
See
fine.
that Freudian slip.
But
I don't really matter. True. Absolutely true. You fucking got him, boys.
But looks good. Beard trim seems short, but otherwise good. No, I trimmed it this morning. I don't like the beard.
I feel like he changes up his hairstyle and everything, like every week or two. Feels like he's got a lot of different styles going on. Hairline update? My family is immune to baldness. Maybe. Actually, I don't know which side baldness comes from, but I think if my hairline ever receded too much, I would just start fucking shaving it all off. Fuck it. Bucket.
What happened to your
Mom's side? My mom's not bald. Ha! So get fucked. Shows the back. Can you bald? I don't think you bald from the back. I don't think there are any male patterns of baldness that start in the back, do they? Everybody has been on a list waiting for affordable housing / government housing for over a decade, and he's been doing all the right things that whole time / following with the state government, etc. in Boston. Nice. You can start balding from the crown. Oh, from your crown. Oh, I was thinking like back, like down here. The the Gary economics guy is so funny. How he like talks about how super rich and wealthy he is all the time. He's like, my sister who's homeless, bro. Oh shit.
Selling it because I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support.
60% cut to child support. You might get Alzheimer's, though. I pray every day for Alzheimer's so I can forget the god-awful fucking debates I've had to suffer through. Please, Lord.
Why do you think that he did that?
That's a great question for him.
You feel like he was sort of like vindictive against you in some way?
Yeah, that's his modus operandi when women speak out.
Whoa. Elon Musk? That's his MO? Really? You didn't know that before his 15 other children? I have negative sympathy in my life for older manipulative women, okay? Like over the age of like 18 or whatever. I mean, I don't like, I wouldn't blame a 12-year-old for doing retarded shit. Although like 16, I think you start getting blamed, but where is the shamelessness? This woman was a conservative fucking cheerleader for so long on fucking Twitter and then hops into the most obviously retarded situation ever and is now expecting sympathy from anybody? I don't know. I feel like that's fucking retarded.
Operandi when women speak out.
When was the last time that you spoke to him or tried to speak to him?
February 13th?
But he's just not responding to you at all? How would you characterize sort of the way that he's going about
When I said older, I meant adult. I just picked the wrong word there. Or maybe I picked the perfect word there.
I'm not the only one.
A number of chatters said baldness comes from my mom's side. This is because we're all taught in school that male pattern baldness is X-linked. More recent studies suggest a significant autosomal component. So the old adage of look at your mom's dad to see if you go bald doesn't really hold. Okay, I don't know. What does autosomal mean again? Autosomal. Auto means to the self, and somal refers to genes and traits linked on any of the 22 numbered chromosomes, autosomes that are not sex chromosomes. Hell yeah. Based. Okay, gotcha. What if some crazy disease was invented? Oh my god. Heroic movie plot. Okay, just conceived. Somebody should make a disease that targets like some trait found on like, is it chromosome 23 or whatever? The one that Down syndrome people get like an extra copy of, and then the only people that can survive it are Down syndrome people because they've got the they got like an extra copy of the chromosome, so they're safe or something. Okay. Sorry.
We're not gonna get you.
Oh no, her Tesla. Did your dad start taking care of his diabetes more, or is he still fucking around? I don't know. They're all fucking around. I'm just waiting for my parents to die so I can cry about it on stream and get $1 million in donos. I'm just kidding. I love you, mom and dad. I love you if you're listening.
Not joking about the possibility of running for a third term. I don't want to say I told you so, but I do. I told you so. I said this shit was going to happen. I said he was going to do it. And so Donald Trump tells NBC News that he's not joking about the possibility for running on a third term. Quote, a lot of people want me to do it. Basically, I tell them that we have a long way to go.
Does anyone else think Donald is fucking
early in the
epic?
administration. I'm focused on the current. I'm not joking. There are methods in which you could do it.
Under our leadership, the Republican Party has become the proud voice of hardworking American citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
Call the movie Trisomy 23andMe. Shut up.
We become
But also
the
epic.
party of the American dream and wealth creation for everyone, not just the rich. If we do our job over the next 21 months, not only will House
Can you go over how we can do it? No.
Republicans
He's
be
too epic
reelected
for that.
and expand our majority in 2026, we will cement a national governing coalition that will preserve American freedom for generations to come. There has never been anything like what's happened in politics in the last...
Can we see who's shooting the shotties? I'm pretty sure I showed a little bit of a video for the M4.
few years.
I don't know if I have any video of me shooting the... I feel like Melina must have posted stories when we went shooting the clays or whatever.
True.
Never been anything like it.
Wow.
Everybody, people of religion, everybody seems to be with us.
Wow.
I don't know how anybody could even vote for the other side. In many cases, they don't, but they do get credit for it. You'll have to think about that.
Jesus.
Simply epic.
I've raised a lot of money for the next race.
Yes, Trump is literally always fundraising. It's his whole fucking life is fundraising. That's the least surprising thing he said.
That I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure.
This isn't funny anymore. The thing is that it is to me.
Cry harder, liberals.
Because
Cry harder.
I don't know. I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again, Mike? I better not get you involved in that argument. No, we raised a lot of money, a tremendous amount, and our teletown halls are something that's very special that nobody else is able to even contemplate using. We've gotten a lot of people elected with those teletown halls.
Oh.
Who's the music? Oh, it's okay.
Oh my God. Oh shit. You think any of this is funny? You see what happens? You piss off
Moderator
Canada.
of NBC.
Go learn why we have war crimes. You see what happens? Basically, I think it's hilarious.
We know.
I do. I think it's fucking hilarious.
We got you.
Oh my god. Trump revokes the 22nd Amendment so he can run for a third term. Obama's gonna come back too? Bro, they said fuck the rules. They said fuck the rules.
How do we allow this to happen? Why don't we fight back? Who are the people we ought to elect? Elect the demos, my friend. If you're a Republican in primaries, you should be voting for people that believe in rule of law. And if you're an ordinary human being who doesn't want to watch the country get fucking destroyed, vote for fucking Dems. And Dems need to do a better job of being epic, because we live in a society of epicness now.
Oh man. That's wild. Yeah, Obama versus Trump would be wild. Well, the thing is, how could Obama run against Trump? Because didn't Trump say Obama was born in Kenya? So if you're not born in the US, you can't even run for president. So that it wouldn't be possible for him to do that. Remember that? Yeah, because he was really into that. Yeah, did y'all forget? Damn, yeah, he gonna out him. Yeah, he gonna pull up that birth certificate again. So that he's not joking about running.
Did Destiny cover the leaked call with the automakers? No, why? What happened?
Gentlemen.
It's been an honor.
Of course he's joking. I told you so. I told y'all this is gonna happen. I said everybody, let me see what I said about it 4 months ago. Great. Okay, Trump jokes about third term. Oh,
yes, every single person was saying this. Yes. Do you know whose fault it actually is? Who's been following the media that really knows why we are where we are right now? Do you know who's to blame for fucking everything? Yeah, jump up there. Do it. Yeah, good job. Nice. Play for us. Oh, that's so pretty, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and you want to come? Oh, now you want to be on camera now too? Yes. Come. Yeah, block my monitor. That's okay. Go ahead. Show them how pretty you are. Yeah. Wow. Yes. Oh, yes. Are you ready for your close-up? Oh, no, you're just going to sit right here. Oh, there you. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Look at you. Yes. Oh, my God. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Wow. Out of focus and everything. Now, yeah, just sit right there, honey. Good one. Yeah? What do you eat? You're just staring at the wall. This is what you're doing? Stop rubbing aggressively against everything. I know you're trying to see what he does is he'll walk around with his body and he rubs against everything. And he looks like he's just being like a happy kitty. But he's trying to find out what's weak and what can be knocked off. Oh, you just want to sit. No, we're not doing this. You need to be respectful of my space. Here. Right here. Look. This is a perfect kitty spot. You can spin if you want. There you go. Oh, good job.
shit. He's already going for his third. Trump jokes about third term.
And then if we want to, another 4, maybe another 9. And they go crazy. Just watch out, Bill Maher. He goes.
It's Obama's fault that we're here, okay? This was the moment that ruined our country. This moment will live in infamy forever.
But just in case there are any lingering questions, tonight, I'm at you, buddy. Michelle Bachmann is here, though, I understand, and she is thinking about running for president.
Oh, God, Bachmann. She was a crazy Tea Partier, right? Like Sarah Palin 2.0, or am I making this up?
Which is weird because I hear she was born in Canada. Yes, Michelle, this is how it starts. Donald Trump is here tonight. Now, I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac? Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience.
He's so fucking mad.
For example, no, seriously, just recently in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks. And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
Just because people forget. I don't know if people forget. There's just been so much shit. Just because it sinks in our minds, it's not the front of our minds sometimes. Trump's entrance, his insertion point into the world of politics was to claim for like over a year that Obama faked his birth certificate and was born in Kenya. Okay? So he's been fucking insane from the very start. And everybody that supported him has been either reckless or clueless or just fucking insane.
You know he's going to win. And you know he's going to.
And that's what you guys see. This is the thing. Everybody thought Joe Biden would run one time. Well, what happens whenever Joe Biden runs again in 2028?
But Biden, 30 minutes after he dropped out of the race, decided to endorse Kamala Harris as a middle finger to the Democratic Party. He set up Kamala Harris for failure. He set up the Democratic Party for failure.
It's not so funny anymore, is it? Yeah, you're not laughing a whole lot, right? How about that?
I miss him. I miss him.
I can't fucking believe this shit. He's actually gonna go for it.
Where is he?
Boys, I actually, like, I'm gonna be real. I think there's a 50-50 on this.
It's Jover.
I do. I think there's a 50-50 on Trump going for the 3. Yep. I'm telling y'all.
Please review the JFK stuff. I feel like people who, heuristically, when I look at their stuff and the way that they speak, makes me feel like the JFK stuff is bullshit. The people that say it's bullshit seem like they know what they're talking about, and the people that say it's true also tend to believe in a whole bunch of other fucking wacky shit. And I feel like if I were to waste time digging into it, it's going to be just a huge disappointment / waste of time that won't change anybody's mind. What are you doing? Please stop. Please stop harassing me. Please stop harassing me. Stop. When I'm off the computer and he doesn't even want to put his, he's not even like sitting naturally right now. He's just he knows he's antagonizing me. When I'm off the computer, he doesn't want to hang out at all. He'll walk to the corner of the apartment and avoid me. But then when I'm streaming,
it's a 50-50. It's not. He's fucking old. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
yeah. Anyway, the JFK shit, I feel like it would just be a giant fucking letdown, and then I would hate myself even more.
Guys, you think this is not gonna happen? It depends on the outcome of the midterms, for sure. But like, imagine if Republicans win all the midterms again. Then how could anybody stop this? Nobody could stop it.
Can you debunk the DOGE.gov website? Yes, I can debunk it. I can debunk that entire website using the United States Department of Justice. Okay, so they've claimed they found billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse. Can you show me a single indictment that's been issued for somebody involved in said waste, fraud, or because if it was wasteful, maybe not for waste, but if it was fraud or abuse, then you're pissing me off. I'm about to go full alinity on you and launch you across the fucking room. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a pussy about it. I know what your little kitty body can handle, okay? I'm not about to be bullied by a bunch of fucking catless Redditor. You know what? You know what? You know what? Stop! I need you to calm the fuck down. You're out of control right now, okay? You're out of control. Are you gonna calm down? Sit there. God damn it. Calm yourself. You have no reason to be acting like this. I don't know what I was saying. He's literally just a deep state operative at this point.
Oh my God. Trump forever. I guess so. You think you're going to feel the same in 3.5 years? I don't know what's going to happen in 3.5 years. I have no idea. And this is crazy. No other president has ever tried to do this. Well, we had it happen a couple of times. But like, I mean, if Republicans have more than 66%, they can...
Wait, this is happening a couple times with who? Wait, what? Does your keyboard have internal voicing that you patch into the stream mixer, or is that MIDI? Oh no, I just have it hooked up with the like 1/4-inch stereo cables.
change the Constitution. So you're you're saying that like if we can get enough people together, we just change the Constitution, we just change the rule. Yeah, I mean, fuck. Maybe they were right that this was going to be the last election. Yeah, that's it, boys. Only 60? Technically you could, but it's not going to happen. See, you always think it's not going to happen until it happens. Everybody thinks, oh no, there's no way. There's no way he's going to run for president. There's no way he's going to win the primaries. No way he's going to win for president. There's no way he's going to get out of all these charges. There's no way he's going to be able to come back after January 6th.
Okay, he's walking there like he was waiting the whole time. He's not. He's terrorizing me.
No, he was just waiting.
He's an actual attention terrorist. Sorry, real quick.
As you said last week, Caroline, you said there would be an investigation or a review into how Jeffrey Goldberg's number got on that group chat. What's the status of that review?
Wait, real quick, because I forgot. What did I say were the chances of an investigation happening again? An actual investigation happening over the Signal chat stuff? I don't remember what my answer was. People were typing 0 in chat. Did I really say there was no chance of an investigation? Really? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just curious. Okay. Anyway, let's listen to this.
Group chat. What's the status of that review, and what is the status of National Security Advisor Mike Waltz?
As the president has made it very clear, Mike Waltz continues to be an important part of his national security team, and this case has been closed here at the White House as far as we are concerned. There have been steps made to ensure that something like that can obviously never happen again, and we're moving forward, and the president and Mike Waltz and his entire national security team have been working together very well. If you look at how much safer the United States of America is because of the leadership of this team.
Crazy. Huh. I will say though, and I don't want to blame you guys, okay? I don't want to blame you guys, but I did repeat a bad talking point from you guys, okay? I did repeat a dumb talking point from you guys, and that dumb talking point was that Waltz is going to be the fall guy. They found a fall guy. They didn't find a fall guy. They didn't need a fall guy because they never fall. There is no fall guy because there's no fault admitted ever. And that's it. Boom. SignalGate in and out in, was it within a week? How long ago did the original Signal thing happen? There we go.
Carolina.
Nice. 4 or 5 days. And that's a wrap. SignalGate Done in 4 to 5 days. Don't ever listen to conservatives when they pretend to care about anything related to national security or anything of the sort. What happened? They're not investigating or doing anything. But they were never going to. Of course they were never going to. Well, I will amend that statement. Hold on. Wait, does anybody know how I'm going to amend my statement? Who are my real politicers in chat? There might be an investigation, actually. There might be an investigation. Who's in my brain right now? There it is. Jeffrey Goldberg might be investigated for how he hacked his way into the signal call. Maybe. Maybe.
You said there would be an investigation.
No way he's going to be able to win. There's no way he's going to win. You got confected value. There's no way he's going to be president again. There's no way this is where you're at, right?
I didn't realize that he was part of Project 2025. The training videos.
That I knew the news.
I mean, is that even the same person? Wait, is that Josh Hawley?
For her daily briefings.
No, there's no way that's Hawley, because they would be a bigger deal,
White House
right?
podium, and I wanted to make sure that I knew the news as much, or if not better, than she did. So if she had a question, she could come to me and I would provide her an answer. So being well-read is a great way to acquire knowledge. You have the resources that you need at your fingertips in this digital age, so use them. And the most well-read person in the room is usually the one who's going to have an answer for their boss.
That's such good feedback. Thank you. I couldn't agree more. And I really, really also appreciate your comment about institutional knowledge, specifically when you're heading into a place like a presidential administration where so many of the jobs are specific, they don't exist elsewhere. And so there's no way to know precisely how this has been done in the past except for to find someone who's done it, right? And so to understand, if I don't know the answer, who does? Like, to get to that answer, that's your job.
What is this? Office of the Secretary of Defense. Recent unauthorized disclosures. March 21st, 2025. Why did you link me this? Was this about SignalGate? How long ago was the original SignalGate thing? The Atlanta leaked Signal article. It was the day before. So it was on March 20th? Wait, so it hasn't been a week. It's been like 2 weeks. If Trump tried to run for a third term, couldn't states legally take him off their ballots like Colorado tried to do this last election? In my opinion, no, they can't. And that would be consistent with recent Supreme Court precedents. Because I believe that... I don't know why you would imagine, why would a state be allowed to keep him off the ballot? The language of the... I'm not going to remember it. I don't even know why I'm pretending to. It's not 21st Amendment. It's amendment for multiple running president. Oh, 22nd. I was close. No person shall be elected to the office of the president. Shall be elected. That doesn't say anything about keeping him on a ballot. Doesn't say anything about a state's right to enforce this. I feel like the language of this amendment, the 22nd Amendment, is similar enough to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment that I don't know how they would roll. They'd probably roll against it because it'd be so crazy, but I mean, I don't know. All of the language from the Supreme Court ruling would say that this 22nd Amendment doesn't even count, but who the fuck knows? What do I know? Not a Supreme Court justice. I could never be as smart as Alito or Thomas.
We're getting too real, yeah. You're right, man. I think this is a 50-50. It's a 50-50 chance he goes all three. he goes for the hat trick. Oh, actually, I mean, it'll be the 4th election that he wins, the 3rd that he becomes the president. So it'll be a little bit different. So he's not going to go and rule this out at all. Yeah, the 3-peat. I know, I guess so. And this is FUD, bro. It's a 0% chance. He says, I like working. I like working. That's it. And a possible scenario in which Vice President J.D. Vance would run for office and then pass the role that... Bro.
God, it's freaking epic. God, it's freaking epic. Does it get much more epic than this? Anybody? Does anyone else feel the epicness?
This is like, so I remember we was in math class. This reminds me of this. And there's 4 desks, right? And it's like me and 3 other retards. And we're like best friends. These are my boys. And so the teacher says we have to get in groups of 3. And so I'm like right here. I go, I'm in a group with him, and I'm also in a group with him, and then he's in a group with him, and he's in a group with him, and this guy's in a group with this guy, and he's also in a group with this other guy, and this guy's in a group with this guy, and he's also in a group with me. So I remember whenever I explained it to her, it's a super group. She just said, all right, I'm not going to talk to y'all again. That's it. Yeah, I had enough of it. Ray group, yeah. No, this is some straight up fucking like...
Wait, did all I get from coming to this godforsaken fucking planet just the cliff explosives? You know what? Worth. I don't care.
Some straight up bullshit that they're doing. So J.D. Vance could run for office, then pass the role to Trump. He responded, that's one.
Oh, green
but
belts?
There are
I feel like I don't even fully
too.
saturate blue belts.
Trump
Jeez.
added, asked to share another method. Trump simply...
I feel like I'm getting radicalized. Should I take a break from the internet? I mean, like, just learn. Just as long as you learn from a thing, then it's fine. But I hope that we all learn things from this election season. I hope we all learn. I think it's important to learn. Like, from now on, whenever you hear a lefty say something along the lines of, you know, both sides are the same, hopefully now you know that, like, this is the dumbest possible thing that could ever be said. Both sides are very clearly not the same, okay? They would have never been the same. And no reasonable person would have ever said they were the same. The Foundry has a productivity bonus. Yeah, but Foundries can't craft everything. They only make some things, right? Do people spam these big mining drills as opposed to the ordinary drills? Is it better? They're amazing? Yes. Oh, okay, well, I guess. So, like, at least we learned that. You learned that conservatives, at the very least, we've, like, measlesed ourselves. Well, both literally, because I think there were, like, 200 more cases of measles in Texas, and figuratively, and that our immune system should be reset now. Because conservatives can never bring up anything prior to... conservatives can never bring up anything prior to the election, or prior to this presidency about Biden or about Hillary's emails or anything, because there's just so much that you can smash them on. So that's good, right? We don't ever have to worry about defending anything in the past again. In my opinion, the Peace Codes of the world might disagree, but I feel like Biden was fully vindicated in pardoning his son, because I think that this administration has shown that they're going to weaponize the justice system in ways that you couldn't even imagine. Yeah, I don't know. There's pros. So ditch the lefties, eject them, and then don't take conservatives seriously. And the media, when they're making these values arguments, it's clearly they don't give a fuck.
He responded, no.
Why does Biden's pardon matter? Can't they just ignore it? No, because Biden was too smart. Because Biden knew how crazy Trump was. And when Biden did a pardon, he pardoned for any and all crimes in all universes that could ever be committed. Biden was a step ahead. Biden knew that these guys were fucking crazy. So also, I don't know why I don't remember this, or I just didn't cover it, I guess. Biden did a pardon. Did he really pardon everybody on the J6 committee? Is that true? I feel like I remember hearing about this, but I wasn't following it. He did? Yeah. And look at what they're doing. Look at what Trump is doing now. Writing executive orders, going after every fucking lawyer that worked with Mueller. Unbelievable. So, you know what? Amen.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Amending the Constitution to abolish the two-term limit would be exceedingly difficult, requiring either 2/3 of vote of Congress or 2/3 of the states agreeing to call a constitutional convention. Either route would require ratification of he's not planning on doing that. No, that's not it. And Trump, you think they're going to bring back, I don't know how Obama, I don't know how they can bring back Obama. I don't know about that.
I know you hate Ezra for calling people like you out, but we got to have a central message. Democracy is worthless if we don't get positive gains out of it. I know you hate Ezra for calling people like you out. Wait, what? When do I hate Ezra? I feel like Ezra, we stopped watching his videos because I feel like he says, we all say the exact same shit. I just feel like I'm listening to a clone of myself. I love Ezra. What do you mean?
He doesn't want the exploit patched out. Yeah, exactly. Because like this is like, you know, like in video games where like you don't tell people what you're gonna do until like you get all the gold from it or anything like that. You're like I remember whenever I would discover an exploit in a game, like in Diablo or something, before I made a video about it, I would like fucking farm the shit out of it, and then I would make the video would get fixed, right? And so like this is it. Obama could win again. Well, because because the Kenya thing. That's the problem, right? The country is like Walking Dead now. They ain't dead unless they see it on screen. Yeah. No, it's different.
Wait, what did he just say? Ezra calls out establishment shills like you for being the fucking NCR from Fallout, procedure over progress. We are listening to completely different Ezras, I think, but okay.
Is it Obama could win again? Well, because because the Kenya thing. That's the problem, right? The country is like Walking Dead now. They ain't dead unless they see it on screen. Yeah. No,
what is the
different.
Kenya thing?
And Michelle Obama said she wasn't going to run. That's not going to happen. Trump won't rule out a third term. Oh my God. That he would not leave office willingly. I have been correct so far. If Trump deports Harry Sessions, I'd say he's earned a third term. Man.
At the end
the birth certificate? Oh, he's just memeing. Okay. It's hard to figure out the memes from the reality, but okay.
of Trump's first term, there were still some people who would occasionally correct him on little details, like, you lost that last election. But now we have Lauren Boebert saying we must rally behind President Trump to secure his third term.
Oh, man.
Something Steve Bannon
Frickin'
is
epic.
advocating for as well. And you just know that soon the entire Republican Party will be on this page.
Yes.
Okay, there's no fuzz on this.
That's
it's
correct.
as clear as 1, 2, 3. Presidents get 2 terms, not more. No matter how wonderful you think they are, it's written in black and white in the Constitution. Guys, you know this is wrong. You know in your heart this is the moment when Rome stops being a republic. At the
Everybody knows it. He's right. He's right. Everybody knows this is an exploit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. Everybody knows it. But they might still do it.
Freaking
Yeah,
epic.
it just happened. Yeah, and nobody can. Yeah, everybody knows and nobody cares. Oh, God. It's written in the amendment, not the core of the Constitution.
There is no distinction between the amendment, between an amendment and the Constitution. Also, by the way, the Constitution includes all of the amendments. Amendments, the name amendment means to amend the Constitution. It is an amendment. It is constitutional law in full force, just as much as, if anything, amendments are more the Constitution than the Constitution itself. Because when you're trying to figure out what the law is, you look to the text, and if there is a conflict, the newer thing is what stands. So, if anything, an amendment is more the Constitution than the Constitution itself. So,
yeah, you shall be elected no more than 2 terms. Well, I mean, it just depends on what do you
also, if you want to talk about core Constitution, then cringe shit like the First Amendment. The Bill of Rights are all just amendments. That's not part of the core Constitution. Freedom of speech is not part of the core Constitution either, if you want to take that road, you know?
You shall be elected no more than 2 terms. Well, I mean, it just depends on what do you mean by two terms, right? Just invade Canada. Yeah, I guess so. And this is nuts, man. Are there others? Can you tell me another? Oh my fucking God. But you don't sound like you're joking. I've heard you joke about this a number of times. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Yeah. Well, there it is, guys. Trump is going to be running for his 3rd term.
Freaking epicness, guys.
Can you imagine the speeches that Trump is going to give when he's like 100 years old? He probably still going to be talking about the 2028 election or 2020 election.
Yeah, he will be.
He probably still going to be talking about it, bringing it up then. Yep. Yeah, 40,000 years old. Man. No, the thing is, term limits are unconstitutional. I don't know, man.
To be clear, in case people are listening and don't understand or whatever, the issue that I have with Asmongold is, like, if Asmongold, and I'm sure Asmongold would say this, if you were to ask him, he would say, well, obviously this is, like, bad and horrible. I'm just joking about it. I just think it's funny how horrible it is. The issue I have is that if this was something that the Democrats are talking about or something in the other direction, I feel like he wouldn't have the same humorous demeanor. It would be far more serious in tone. And so that's my issue. It's just how different the two sides are treated, I guess, by him and other people. Where whenever Trump can do literally anything, and it's just like an epic fucking hilarious joke. But then on the other side, it's like everything is the most serious shit ever, and it's just, I don't know, it's fucking annoying. I don't know if I have to clarify that for anybody. Because there might be some people listening who are like, he's obviously joking, or he just thinks it's funny, or blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know, man. It only ever goes one way. It's very frustrating.
And if he does good this term, I wouldn't care about a 3rd term. Okay, dropping all the memes and everything, he shouldn't run for a 3rd term, okay?
Yeah,
like,
he'll say this here.
If he does run for a 3rd term, like, the only reason I want that to happen is
it's because of how epic it would be to watch the other side fucking mauled. Like, he would never say this about, like, trans sports or something, you know?
Because that is like an unlimited money, like, it's like a 3D printer that prints gold.
Or he'll just make a lot of money
off
it, I
guess. That's
like
4 YouTube videos a day. Really, that's it literally endless content, right? And so anyway, can you give a, what do you call it? Can you give reasons why you shouldn't? I think that the intention is that you're only supposed to run for 2 terms, and the fact is that that's what's been observed for a long time, and I think that changing the rules like this, especially when it's so clearly stated, the intent. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty simple, right? It's what it says in the amendment. It's that simple, right?
I really don't like that language, and don't let people. I don't know if I seriously doubt that we would look to Asmongold for, like, what is the new signaling on conservative talking points, right? Like, he's going to be the origination of it or anything. But I really don't like the language of calling it an amendment. It's just a little bit spooky here. The amendments are the Constitution more so than anything in the Constitution, because amendments literally amend stuff in the Constitution. Like, it is. It's not it's not just like a, I don't know, it's not like you have Constitution, amendments, and then law. Like, the amendments are the Constitution.
What if the next race is Hillary Clinton again? Well, she's gonna, if Hillary Clinton thinks about running, Trump can just put her in jail. So that no problem.
Epic.
But yeah, we'll think about something else. Yeah. And on FDR, I don't know why FDR ran for 4. I don't know why that was okay. Like, if you want honest, I don't remember historically why that was okay. And
so I don't actually know if this is true or not, but I heard that people were molding so hard after FDR. After FDR, I believe, is when the 22nd Amendment came, right? And wait, somebody said it was before? Or no, you're responding now. Sorry. That people were molding that FDR got 4 terms so much that, although I don't quite understand the rationale, because, I mean, if people liked him so much, they elected him 4 different times. Why would that inspire you to make an amendment afterwards to say no more of this? I don't know, but.
And what like the details were about it. You know, World War II. So we're gonna have to. Who are we gonna blow up? What do y'all think? We got war on. I feel like we could clutch an easy W on like Canada, Iran. Maybe go bomb Iran.
Like I feel like Asmongold is actually. I don't know if I've said the exact opposite of this before, or if I've said exactly this before. I think Asmongold is actually a really good normie check on how like just kind of like I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound like I'm shitting on him, but I'm not trying to shit on him. But like how on like a low information voter, somebody who doesn't have very much information about politics, on how they view things, because I think that his views are probably fairly common among a lot of people who just are kind of like low information voters. Like it's kind of like funny meme shit. None of it is like that big of a deal at the end of the day. It's a little bit like epic, like how much Trump owns a lot of the establishment media types. That's it, you know.
How about like go to war against shit, I'm thinking about Greenland. I thought about that, but no. Oh man, I don't know. Go to war against California? Maybe that'd be a good idea. Yeah, something like that. Panama. Yeah, I like that. Panama War. Yeah, that's a good one, right? And that way we get the canal back and everything is fine. Yeah, that's kind of like, you know, kill two birds with one stone. Trump gets reelected 4 times, and also we get the canal back at the same time. That's easy. The United States of North America? Well, it's going to be the United States of South America, too, but that's for the 5th term. But, man.
Epic. Fucking freaking epic, dude. That's freaking epic.
Get breaking news right now. Donald Trump has just told NBC News that he will not rule out.
Look at how much this loser is about to maul.
Term at the White House. No, I'm not kidding. In a new interview with NBC News, Donald Trump said that, quote, a lot of people want him to do it, referring to running for a 3rd term. He went on to say that he's not joking about a 3rd term, and when asked to clarify, he said it's far too early to think about it right now. He went on to say that there are methods which you could do it. One of these methods would have J.D. Vance run for office with Trump as his...
Yes, he represents that male disaffected voter, not Hassan as he proclaims himself. I think getting into the mind of Asmongold's general audience can only help in understanding how to talk about those issues. Question mark? I don't know what you're asking me. I don't think Asmongold is like unsavable. I just think it's probably good to, it's good to keep tabs on like this type of thought. No, please shit on him. He's not making any effort to inform himself. Don't make any mistake. I'm not saying that like his political views are fine or not harmful or not fucking abhorrent. I'm just saying that I do think that this is probably pretty close to how the average American the average like low information voter views politics. And it's just good to be aware of that.
Vice president.
That's
and Vance
crazy.
Then passing the role to Trump. Now, before
that
I
is
continue,
wild.
TikTok could be banned in less than 6
Are you tired of being correct again? So, do you guys want to understand, like, how is it that I predict these things? I'll tell you how.
Well, literally every single person was saying, we might have even been saying shit like this on election night, but okay.
I think of the dumbest possible thing that can happen. That's what's going to happen. It's that simple. I think what's the stupidest, most selfish, short-sighted, thoughtless, self-centered, narcissistic thing that could possibly happen?
I'm trying to understand, like, I don't have a good understanding of how there's a thing that happens when you like certain people where like I feel like traditionally negative traits somehow they don't even become like uncondemnable. They become positive. Like ordinarily you would say a narcissistic person is bad, and most people would agree with that. But if Trump acts in a narcissistic way, I think his voters don't even view it like neutrally. I think it's like it becomes like epic. I don't know why. I don't know how that happens. I'm not sure. You predicted it to Ben Shapiro in your debate even before the election. Oh, maybe based.
That's it.
So be sure to follow.
Average discussion with the boys. This is as deep as it ever goes. Biggest foreign spender in American history, no doubt. Obama's foreign policy was instead of ripping tariffs, let's just bomb the Middle East. And, brother, at least Obama got the okay from Congress. We have to fight with swords, not bombs. Congress doesn't even exist right now, and soon neither will the judicial system. No time they would have said yes, though. That's why Trump did it. If we fight holy wars, no bombs, only swords and giant fake horses. Bro, that is actually retarded. Saying the legislative and judicial branches aren't doing anything is dumb. You're smarter than this. Well, Trump deported thousands of immigrants with no due process, and Congress had made... Well, I don't think he's deported thousands with no due process. I think the number is still low, I think. No due process, and Congress have made no move to impeach him, and the judge in charge of this case can only make a temporary restraining order, which Trump just disregarded. So they literally can't do anything to stop the shit he's doing. Illegal aliens. You don't know without due process. People who aren't citizens don't have the right to due process. They're not citizens. I don't love Trump, bro. I worship him. Guys, if the fine-ass Colombian at my job site gets deported, I'm going to fight the ICE agents. He's an ass. He's just so much better than whoever was running the country before him. That's fair. Jesus. No thick Latinos are allowed to be deported. What about black people? Checkmate. If Trump just deported thousands of black people, is it any different? No, because black people came here legally. What has he done that has made this country better? Deport illegals. Again, without due process, brother. Okay. Based.
Me and my Substack, Instagram, YouTube, all are linked to my bio. That's according.
Is there any line that the Trump admin could cross that would make you cut off the conservatives in your personal life? I mean, the only ones at the moment are basically my mom and dad, kind of. But the issue is that, like, when you talk about, usually when you talk about like cutting somebody off, it's because they have an idea that's just so abhorrent. You know, you're like, I can't fuck with you anymore. Okay, too much. This is too wacky, too crazy. But the issue is, I mean, everybody that knows. It's a boiling frog scenario. You're never going to have a family member, like no personal conservative in your life that's not evil is ever coming out and be like, I'm glad that we're deporting these people without due process. Instead, it's this whole like amalgamation of fucking dog shit arguments for why it's not actually not due process and it doesn't really matter. And like, well, they know that they're legal. Like, there's all these things because they've been in this horrible media environment for so fucking long that there's some way to rationalize it. There's always a way to rationalize it. Just like how if Trump runs for a third term, it's going to be because he's not running for a third term. President should obviously only serve 2 terms, okay? However, his first term was completely rigged by the deep state. He didn't even get a chance to be the president. So this is really just his second term that he's running for. That'll be the argument. And then the problem is you always find yourself in this area where it's like, okay, well, how do I argue against this? Because the person doesn't necessarily believe, I guess, like a totally evil thing, but it's so stupid. But the problem is there's so much misinformation and fake news, and their mind is like so far fucking gone. And it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah, I think it's really sad. Kind of saw this being posted a couple months ago, and then every now and then a post shows up on my subreddit. I feel like now more than ever, I think you kind of see that like it really does look and feel like you're like just losing people to a cult. And it feels that way. Like, how do you talk to these people? Like, they don't trust anything they read in any news article anywhere. You know, Trump can do no, like, there's just nothing. Like, what do you, I don't know. Yeah.
To him. He was asked to share other methods, and he said no. A lot of people have brushed off his comments as...
In 2016, the left were all LARPing about what they would do to resist Trump, and it was cringe. Now, I generally ask myself where the line is before there is a call to action, because the left, like Antifa and all of that, I thought about this more yesterday. I was trying to figure out why the fuck? And the answer was so simple. I hate that I didn't think of this before. It's the Nazi thing. Why isn't Antifa protesting against, like, Donald Trump? Or where are the radical leftists that were supposed to be protesting? The left, the radical left, the Antifa, all these people never actually cared about Donald Trump. That was never what they were protesting. What they were protesting was basically, it was always some form of, like, white supremacy or Western colonialism or some abstract bullshit like that. Nobody was ever protesting in defense of democracy or in defense of anything having to do with the American project. It was always just like the really cringe white supremacy, basically. Yeah, I think that rotted way too much of our political discourse on the left.
Is just joking or just kidding.
He's
this
just
is the
kidding.
same person who said
He's just kidding.
Lived the king and referred to himself as the king.
Can you imagine, like, if you're like one of these like super liberal leftist people that think that Trump is actually going to get rid of democracy, and he's like actually a fascist, like you've totally bought into everything. Can you imagine how bad their day is?
Like, the problem is that people like Asmongold will never admit it, but Asmongold has already said things that I think would entitle him to a full-on fucking ass whipping if certain people saw him in public. Like, if I had family members that were being deported and this guy's out here saying like, oh, I think they should want to be fucking epic, or family members that worked for USAID or any of these government institutions, and Asmongold is sitting here like laughing with his teeth falling out, making, you know, $1 million a month about how epic it is that they're all getting fired and shit. Like, he's already so far beyond the pale in terms of the things that he's like supported. It's just absolutely, but it's all like epic and memes and hilarious, and I don't know. If Trump tomorrow were to announce that he was a fascist, people like Asmongold would defend it gleefully.
Like, this is like, yeah,
the fact that American Antifa is just socialist is really bad. In a lot of European countries, Antifa and the socialists are separate. The problem is that in America, the thing that we learn basically now is that in America, the Cold War was the Soviets doing their best to like make a real country, China maybe doing something, and then it was America and Pinochet, and it was America and Castro and Batista, and it was America and deposing the Shah, and it was America doing all these evil, horrible things. The story of the Cold War that a lot of young people believe in the United States right now is literally just America bad, and every single thing like Hassan actually summarizes it perfectly, where Hassan says if you're looking for a global conflict and you're trying to figure out what side to be on, basically just take the opposite side of the United States, and you're probably always going to be on the right. Hassan literally said this like verbatim. So I think in Europe, I think that stuff related to the Soviets and socialism, at least in Eastern Europe, no, well, with Putin now, even in the Bongerland, even in Western Europe, I think it's the idea of what that means is a little bit more at the forefront of people's minds. Do Antifa people really not care about fascism or protecting minorities, etc.? Like, is their only motivation just I hate the West, I hate white people? That's what it feels like. Yeah. Hi, Destiny. I'm a college student. I've been interested in creating a debate team at my university. Are there any recommendations you have for getting better at debating and staying up to date with current news and political processes? I don't know. Just read a lot of news and debate and practice. I'm sure there's like a class on it, but also formal debate is a lot different than what I do. So
they're probably so fucking upset.
Already, Steve Bannon has said that Trump will run and win in 2028, and a Republican congressman in the House of Representatives, Andy Ogles, crafted a resolution calling for the extension of presidential term limits. Obviously, Trump can't run again. The Constitution.
That's a good point. If they extend the limit, that way we don't have to worry about another election. And it doesn't break the rules either.
Epic.
Yeah, no, there it is.
So
yeah, because they
epic.
never, I mean, does it say in there that it has to be 4 years specifically?
Asmongold is about to get hired as a lawyer for the fucking White House, because this is exactly the type of retarded fucking arguments they make in front of the Supreme Court now, by the way.
Forbids it. That doesn't mean he, at least part of him, doesn't want to try.
Wait, Short Fat Otaku, can you link a clip of Republicans complaining about that? Because that would be really funny.
No, it does?
The full NBC News interview online. As always, follow along for all the news you need to know about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Give me a minute. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, they have to figure something out. Man.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how competent is Steve Bannon actually? When it comes to governance, I don't know. When it comes to understanding like political strategy or having like a coherent ideology, I would say very competent.
Man.
He would not rule out seeking a third term as president, telling NBC News there are several methods to accomplish this. Also new to
How do you handle conservative arguments on religion and objective morality? I've never seen someone handle them like yourself. I mean, well, you can't objectively ground your morality, so it usually just ends up with me fighting about special revelation or direct revelation. I'm sorry, I keep calling it special. Direct revelation, so them receiving commandments from God, and then pointing out that a person from a different religion can claim the same thing, and then asking how they would resolve that conflict, and then usually we'll just scream at each other for about an hour in that until somebody gets bored and leaves.
Plan to allow President Steve Bannon this week made some headlines saying that he's working on a plan to allow President Trump to run for a third term. Is there any scenario where you would support a third term for President Trump, which is not legal under the Constitution?
Yeah, I wouldn't have supported a third term for George Washington.
So that's a no.
That's a no, yeah.
Okay, Senator, thank
let's
you.
do it again.
Well, he's out.
Thanks so much.
Please come back.
I'm honest, I haven't studied it. I don't know. Fuck all about it. Did Washington have 2 terms? I thought he was only 1 term. I don't actually know. President Washington. From 89 to 79. Oh, he did have 2 terms. Good for him.
Soon.
Yep, he's out.
I'm a firm believer that President Trump will run and win. I'm a firm believer that President Trump will run and win again in 2028. So I've already endorsed President Trump. A man like this comes along once every century if we're lucky. We've got him now. He's on fire, and I'm a huge supporter. Want to see him again in 2028.
And obviously, anybody who doesn't like what you say but judges it as a function of a lack of intelligence doesn't know anything about you. I don't make that mistake. You're a smart guy. Oh, you know he's term limited. How do you think he gets another term?
We're working on it. I think.
Frickin' epic. It's frickin' epic, man.
This is amazing. I can't believe this. Oh my God.
It's actually frickin' epic.
I think we'll have a couple of alternatives. Let's say that. We'll see. We'll see what the definition. We'll see what the definition of term. We'll see what the definition of term limit is.
The definition of what is the definition of a term limit?
These are the exact types of games, by the way. Think of all the dumbest Reddit movie arguments you could have ever made about the law. That is exactly the type of argument that the current Trump admin is making when they're in front of the Supreme Court or when they're passing. So, for instance, the only reason why, now I know you might be thinking, but you're not thinking this because if you're on my stream, you're super educated on these, but some people might be thinking, why can the president do tariffs unilaterally? The president can't do tariffs unilaterally. That's not his ability. However, in times of national emergency, the president does have the ability to control things like tariffs. And so the only reason why he's able to do that is by declaring an emergency on the northern border with Canada. That's why he constantly talks about all the fent coming in from Canada, even though there is none. He just has to have an emergency to blame it on. Now, there is a way for Congress to review declared national emergencies. And I believe it's after 90 days or something, I think they have the right to go back and say, hold on, is this actually a national emergency? However, as part of the continuing resolution, for the purposes of considering national emergencies, Congress decided that 1 day actually means the rest of the year. This is a real thing. It's in the continuing resolution. It's already passed. We cannot challenge anymore Trump's ability to set a national emergency on the border. Is this in an article somewhere? Damn, I didn't even get any news coverage. It's fucked. That's fucked, man. How the fuck does this search work? Oh my god. Star Platinum T link it. Hold on. Oh fuck, wait. I will find this. Or maybe I won't find this. Fuck. Wait, does anybody have a link to the news article where they, or a link to an article, anything talking about where they, in the continuing resolution, they defined for purposes of the whatever act, one day is now going to be the rest of the year? Maybe I didn't put it in my notes. In a sneaky legislative maneuver tied into the effort to pass a funding bill and avert government shutdown, Republicans earlier this week successfully blocked Democrats from forcing votes and debate on President Donald Trump's controversial tariffs. It was a somewhat complicated move, but it worked and demonstrated that Republicans are attempting to give cover to Trump and his implementation of sweeping tariffs on top U.S. trading partners that have roiled the stock market and stoked diplomatic tensions. To tee up Speaker Mike Johnson's temporary government funding bill, which the House passed Tuesday evening, the House first needed to pass what's known as a rule. Buried inside the text of that rule was legislative language that prevents Democrats from forcing a potentially politically painful vote to end Trump's tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, because you can vote on whether or not a national emergency could continue. Inside that rule, which passed along party lines and cleared the way for a vote on the House GOP's stopgap funding bill, was a provision prohibiting lawmakers from forcing a vote to terminate the president's border emergency and the resulting tariffs until at least January 2026. The section reads, each day for the remainder of the first session of the 119th Congress shall not constitute a calendar day for purposes of Section 202 of the National Emergencies Act with respect to a joint resolution terminating a national emergency declared by the president on February 1st, 2025. So days are not passing as far as this particular, as far as the National Emergencies Act is concerned, and how you can never vote on it. Sorry, just demonstrating that like they will play these word games, they will do these stupid fucking meme arguments, and they will try to do it in order to do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God, they gonna bring in? Oh shit. They gonna use that Bill Clinton language again, huh? It's pretty clear. I don't know.
Republican president ever.
There's a lot of it.
Almost 40% of the vote. Now I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me.
Oh, Obama joked about running for a third term.
The nonstop focus.
No, wait. You said that Republicans got really mad about this joke. I'm just curious if there was any news, like Sean Hannity or somebody getting mad about the joke or whatever.
On billionaire donors creates real problems for our democracy.
And that's why we're running for a third term.
No, we're not.
We're not?
No.
Who the hell said that?
But we do need to stay focused on some big challenges, like climate change.
Why is Congress so willing to let go of power? Why are the Republicans willing to let go of power? The Democrats, I don't know. Schumer had an idea. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. However, the Republicans, they view themselves as like subjects, I think, of the king. That's how they view themselves right now. So like, are you giving up power if you're a subject of the king? I don't know. They probably just don't view it that way, would be my guess.
There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy. You'll be seeing that on you're gonna see that tonight, Tim, on television.
Freaking epic, dude.
Well,
the thing I do like the most about Trump is how freaking epic he is. God, he's such an epic memester. Well memed, sir. Well fucking memed. Almost as epic and hilarious as calling that one Department of Government Efficiency office DOGE. So freaking epic.
There it is. The 12th Amendment states that no person constitutionally ineligible to run for president shall be eligible of that to be vice president. Okay, so
Doesn't
he's
say anything
got
about putting him on the
does
ballot.
That mean, so it goes president, vice president, speaker of the House, right? So then they could have him run for speaker of the House, and then the
Wait,
okay.
I don't think the amendment does say anything about vice president, does it? I think you could be a vice president and then just have the guy step down. No person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice. No person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years. This article shall not apply to any person holding the office of president when this article was proposed by Congress. Yeah, I don't think it says anything about the VP, does it? It's the 12th Amendment? 12th Amendment. Oh, is that the one saying if you're not eligible to run for president, you can't run for vice president? Wait, is any of the 12th Amendment still in effect? Or does this whole thing get debunked? Because of, because we don't vote for VP this way anymore, right? No, wait, never mind. Biden was literally the VP. Wouldn't he break that law? Well, Biden was never the president, though, so. Yeah, never mind. The 12th Amendment is what supersedes Article 2, I think, or whatever, of voting for the vice president separately or something. Or the vice president, wasn't he like the runner-up or something? Something like that. No person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of the vice president of the United States. The thing is because our Supreme Court has gone full meme lord, it's impossible, like, no person constitutionally ineligible to the office. And then the question is like, well, it shall be elected doesn't mean that they're ineligible. Like, they could literally do an interpretation like this because they did that with the Section 3 Amendment 14 ruling. So I don't know. Who knows? They shouldn't, but who knows?
Okay, so then they could have like maybe JD and Vivek like kind of like hold it down and like win the election, then pass it back to him. Just a senator. Okay. So then then you could do it that way instead. All right, no, that's fine. You get around it easy. Yeah, they're not winning that shit. They easily win. Easily. Yeah, he could change the term duration. Then after 4 years, say that he never finished the full term. Yeah, I guess so. And I love how everyone smiles because they know how stupid it is, and they say, yeah, I support a third term. I think that most people are saying this. The reason why they're saying this
because it's freaking epic.
Because it's because it'll be funny.
Yes.
That's the reason why.
King.
There's not a fucking agenda behind this. It'll just be really funny if it happens. And you've got to understand that that's fucked up. Okay, yeah, for sure. But anyway, it's still funny. And that's it. Yeah, they're only saying it because they don't get fired or funding withdrawn. Yeah, of course. Of course. Why would they think it was funny if they were getting their life fucked up? No, they wouldn't think it was funny at all. No, the ones laughing about it are the ones that aren't getting their life fucked up. Duh, what the hell you think? No shit.
Yes, well memed.
DOGE. Well memed, my lord.
I am becoming...
You win te interwebs today, good sir. Way to pwnly liberals epic style. Chatelet, my brothers. Top keck.
Legalize comedy.
I'm this close to losing it. Don't fuck with me, fellas.
Wait, should I know this person? Lawrence H. Tribe. Anyone discounting a third Trump term per the 22nd Amendment plus the 12th Amendment is thinking magically. The 22nd doesn't disbar serving a third term, only being elected 3 times. The 12th doesn't bar running for VP unless ineligible to serve as president, but Trump isn't ineligible. QED. Oh, nice. Cool. He's joking, right? Legal professor. I can't tell if this is like a meme or if he's saying like this is retarded, but this is what they'll use as an argument, or if he legitimately thinks that this is a good argument. Is he saying, maybe he's just saying like this is, but Trump should be held ineligible for reason independent of the 22nd Amendment per Section 3 of the 4. And he's never Section 3? Oh, never mind. He thinks it's a retarded argument. He's just saying this with he should be ineligible as an oath-breaking insurrectionist against the U.S. Constitution for trying to happen in 2021. Trump v. Anderson. SCOTUS held that the states can't keep him out of their ballot, out of their primaries on that basis. Yeah, true. I found a Fox News segment about Obama's third term.
As well. So could Obama win a third term?
No, I think people are still scratching their head to figure out how he won a second term. And thank God our Constitution prohibits a president from overstaying their welcome. But the president should be graceful in his leaving and not try and stick around or get evicted from the Oval Office. The fact is his time is up, and he shouldn't be saying, especially in a foreign country, that I could be reelected. It's something that is beneath a president of the United States. He shouldn't have said it, and it doesn't reflect well on him, especially when we have a race where he's trying to help Hillary win a first term.
I want to look at this poll. Okay, but wow. Brad, David, I want to look at the poll because President Obama's approval rate.
Asmon said that he would love to talk to you on politics if it's not a confrontational debate way. Why won't you have a charitable convo to have some impact at least? If he ever wanted to, I would always be down for that. People have this weird thing. Also, I'm going to be honest. I don't believe people when they say they don't want to talk to me because they don't want to have a hardcore debate. Like anybody that, and Asmongold has watched enough of my stuff to know this. I have had so many chill conversations with so many different types of people. Okay, I've had so many. Most of my conversations, in fact, are pretty chill. Most of my conversations are pretty chill. But the bombastic ones obviously end up on YouTube more. Like if you've watched my content for any amount of time, you know I can do this. So anybody that ever wants to, it's super easy to do it. Maybe if I get unbanned from Twitch. Okay. Twitch, if you're listening. I'm the only one that can turn that audience. I'm the only one.
This according to the real.
The chatters asking for that are expecting you to be the one to reach out for a convo. I've already reached out twice, and he basically ignored me. I think one time he said maybe sometime, and then, yeah. I mean, it's up to him. He knows I'm down for it. Like,
Clear Politics average is 45.6%. That's the approval, compared to 50.2% who disapprove. So with those kind of numbers, do you think he theoretically could win the presidency?